Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 17 of this 30-day Living an Authentic Life Challenge. Let me pause for a second because I had a small glitch and I want to make certain that you can see and hear me okay. With that, we're going to walk through this discussion about faith because it takes faith to show up every day and it takes faith to ensure that what you want to share actually gets out. I also know that it takes courage to take that first action when you don't see the complete plan. Some of you know because you have been walking with me through this journey for a while, but most of you don't. This 30-day challenge, when I tell you it's as much for me as it is for you, is because I often don't know what I'm going to share until I show up live. And today, when I was asking God to give me an understanding about this moment, what happens next? What do I share next? The thing that my natural, logical, analytical mind loves to have is a complete plan. So the engineer in me wants to put strategies in place to walk through the journey. And God said no. The thing about this 30-day challenge is challenging yourself to do things different. And y'all, it is scary when you face situations that force you to have to do things different. A lot of you know that I got married at 21. After 11 years of marriage, I found myself going through a divorce, having to raise my two sons alone. That situation in and of itself felt like it was going to break me. Everything about who I thought I was didn't really exist. I didn't understand myself. I didn't really know myself. I didn't trust. I didn't trust me. Because if I chose a relationship that would put me in that place at that time and that moment, how could I truly trust my judgment? So I had to have a different element of what faith meant. I had to get a different definition of what it looked like to walk down that path. And some of you also know about my religious roller coaster ride. I have been a Mormon, a Scientologist, an Egyptologist, a Buddhist, a Baptist, going through the various religious things for Christianity, Lutheran, Catholic, all of those things, only to discover that religion will never get you what you're truly seeking. God never intended for us to try to find Him in religion. It is in relationship that you will then find the faith that you need to get the hope that you desire to do different, be different, and have different. It was when I decided that I would start creating enough relationship with God to have the faith that I needed to take that leap. Because my natural, logical, analytical mind could not fathom taking another leap of faith when I tumbled off of that relationship task and the religious roller coaster just did me in. But if you get burned as many times, that caution makes you wonder. And I was wondering. I was wondering about life. I was wondering about love. I was wondering about what? Just the what. Because when you are sitting in situations in emotional chaos, what's next frightens you. What's next cautions you. What's next can hold you hostage. I've shared with some of you that I didn't want to get out of my bed because I could not think about what to do next. The thought of having to fix myself breakfast, making a choice just of what to eat, kept me bound. If you are in a situation like that, when you no longer trust your judgment, your choices, or anything, you're going to need some hope. And faith will help you get there. It was in the faith of God, God alone, that helped me get the hope that I needed. And it was that faith that restored how I felt about relationships once again. On my 39th birthday, I found myself in a situation where my faith in God was restored and renewed because that leap that I took in trying to decide to not deal with religion and just deal with relationship with God, I saw manifested in a magnificent way. You see, on my 39th birthday, I found myself in my new marriage. And it was there that I found that love was restored, love was renewed, and that it was okay for me to be me. You see, 39 was significant for me because in that gap in between my first marriage and my second marriage God was teaching me more about Him. God was giving me greater understanding about how I can pay attention to the little whispers in my life and recognize the love song of God's heart to mine. So 3, being the number of Trinity, that meant a lot for me. And as an electrical engineer, a triangle is one of the most stable emphasis that you can truly find. There's a stability to that polygon that's widely used in construction. If you ever took a look at some constructive elements and engineering elements, you'll often see a triangle. So the Trinity exists in that realm. And then for the 9 is a biblical number for completion. I had reached a place where my heart had started to heal, where the trust in Tanya started to manifest. It was there that faith was restored, and I was then able to get in a position where once again, I had the courage to take action, even though I didn't see a complete plan. Faith, day 17. We're going to talk a little bit more about this because I'm going to share how you can restore your faith in the midst of the storm, how you can get renewed in that element, because some of us, you may be like me, lost in knowing who you are at the core of your being. That's why this challenge is important, because it is there that your authenticity will help you take the leap that you need. So I encourage you to join me. If you are not here, joining me on StreamYard as we continue this conversation, go to my website, TanyaEHood.com. There you can click under the registration tab, but do it quick, because as I shared before, this is just a snippet. We go deeper in this conversation, and I encourage you to join me. In the meantime, this is Tanya E. Hood, walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.